Question: did you catch Debbie's show from the How Debbie Saves channel last night? Back in 30 seconds. Good morning. How's everybody doing today? Need my first sip. How are you today? If you're new here, hi, this is Jan from New York City, and my channel name is Jan from New York City Saves Money. Question: if you did not catch Debbie from the How Debbie Saves live show, 7 o'clock every Tuesday night, I strongly suggest that you get there. What did she talk about last night? Well, basically, she talked about how to budget. Yes, very, very important. In fact, the specific name of the video, and later on, I will link it up to my description box or the comment section, either way. The specific name of the video is How to Budget and Save Money. I actually got emotional watching it. It takes a lot for me to get emotional. It brought me to tears. Happy tears. I kid you not. This may be of interest to you. It goes to show how people's lives can change when people make up their mind to do something and to accomplish their goals. Hey, how's everybody doing today? Hope that this live show finds everybody, as always, doing well. Need yet another sip. That show. Like, I'm still like just so happy about it. So much information, and I know anyone watching it will really appreciate it, especially people that come to this channel for sure and for true. Okay, in addition to that, what a powerful day yesterday. At about 5 o'clock, I uploaded a collab video, which I did with Money Mom on the subject of happiness. And I think that's a really important subject to talk about. So head over to Money Mom's channel, Sensible Living with Money Mom. And if you haven't seen my video, I strongly suggest you check that out. And one more thing before I forget, I'm going to upload a short video later about something I did yesterday. This has to do with recipes. I have been jonesing for something sweet for a while, okay? So I took my brownie mix. I turned that brownie mix into a really good chocolate chip cookie. Yeah. So the video will tell you step by step my recipe to do it. And it worked out. They are so freaking good. Anyway, I think I'm going to change the name of my show. Forget the other name I said the other day. Wash it out of your brain. I think I'm going to change it to, I'm still not 100%, to That Janet Zone, That Jan Zone, or The Jan Zone. So something to that effect. That may be coming up officially, and I will let you know officially on the Friday morning live at 6:15 a.m. show. Hey, and thank you for showing up here today live. And if you're catching me on playback, on replay, thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate everybody's time. Got a lot to go over today. And the first thing, last year was a challenge, but this year we're going to reclaim it. Therefore, I took the word reclaim, RECLAIM, right? Reclaim. And I broke it down into a little bit of a better description. We need to reclaim our lives back in 2021. Last year was last year. Next year is a brand new year. And we are going to reclaim our lives. So let's get started mentioning this, okay? Trusty glasses, of course. Okay, so therefore, make 2021 the year that you reclaim your life. R stands for renew. Yes, brand new year. It's a new start. It's a clean slate. we have the opportunity to renew, start fresh, no matter where you are, no matter how old you are, no matter whatever. We all have a chance of renewal. Let's grab onto that. R is for renew. Okay. E is for excitement. Do things differently. Do something daily to add excitement to your life. You know, there's a story about some people that I used to know that they were very adventurous, exercising people. Walk, 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 walk. And then one day, I used to see them walk, walk, walk. But one day, one of the walk, walk, walkers was bored stiff. And I said, why are you so bored? Well, you know, it's just so boring, this, that, this, that. They walked the same route every single day for months. For months. I said, they were like looking at the same view all the time, every day for months. I said, well, did it ever occur to you that all you have to do is cross the street? If you cross the street, you can look at the other side of the block and everything seems differently. What? If I had my sound effect thing, I'd be going boing. Sometimes making a tiny change in your daily routine can excite you. Like, wow, like really? If you watch the same TV show every single day, you know, like whatever, at the same time, maybe you could record it, watch that show at a different time and do a different activity. For example, just saying, do something every day next year to change things up. Don't be a cookie cutter. Don't do something precisely unless it has no choice. But the things that you can flexibly move around, move them around. Stay excited about your life. Get out of a rut. Being in a rut is no fun. Just saying, just saying. Next, let us see. Create. Tap in on your creative style. Tap in on your creative side. Perhaps it's the way you dress. Perhaps it's wearing a different scarf or a hat. Or perhaps it's just writing poetry or whatever. Or making things or sewing things or crocheting things or cooking things. Or not even being afraid to experiment with recipes. Yesterday, I winged it through that brownie / chocolate chip made from brownie mix recipe. I winged it through, okay? There were certain basic things that I do know about baking. I'm no baker, but there are certain principles that I do know. And I flip-flopped with the idea of it, and I took a chance. I said, what's the worst thing that could happen? They're not going to taste good. So when you see the video later on today, I'm going to upload that about 10, 11 o'clock my time later. It's already completed. Just have to pop it on. You will enjoy it. And the simplicity and the ease, love it. But if I didn't take that little bit of a risk, you wouldn't have that video. You wouldn't have that recipe. Just saying, just saying. So that was letter C for create. L is for learn. Learn, and there are 3 L's in this sentence. Learn to live a more loving life. What? I bet you say, so, well, I am a loving person. I didn't say you're not a loving person. But maybe there are some extra things you could do to express your love. Take the time because things are replaceable. Money is replaceable. 2 things are not replaceable. Time, once you spend your time, it doesn't come back. There is no time back to go and borrow some more time. You don't do that. It's not possible. So you lose time. And the other thing you cannot replace are people. Are people. When they're permanently gone, sorry to say, they're gone from this world anyway, okay? It is my hope we see them again, but that's my belief, okay? But in this physical world, when they're gone, they're gone. Therefore, make absolutely the best of the time that you share with people. So learn to live a more loving life. Don't take things for granted. Don't take people for granted. Don't think they're always going to be there for you. We are not here for an unlimited amount of time. Therefore, take the opportunity and choose to be a more loving person. Just saying, just saying. Letter A. Letter A stands for above. Be a cut above the norm. Go the extra mile. Go that extra mile, whatever it may be. And don't make a big to-do about it. You know, when I was young, And I used to take a lot of buses and subways to get around. That's just the normal thing you do as a commuter in New York City or any other large city, for example. That's just normal. When I was in my 20s and 30s and even my 40s, there was no such thing as letting an elderly or a disabled person stand there holding the pole. The minute I saw that person, I popped up and gave my seat. That's what you do, okay? Be a cut above. Don't wait for a gold written invitation to be kind, to do the right thing. Go the extra mile. Be a cut above the norm. It saddens me when I see able-bodied young people in their 20s letting a senior citizen with a cane bent over, or someone very, very pregnant. I had an incident when I was very pregnant. I was like close to maybe just about my 9th month in the West Village in New York. And I was taking a subway over to my mom's house. And I was very pregnant. There was a seat available. And this man nearly how he dashed to the seat, he took his elbow and he elbowed my stomach to run to the seat. Oh my goodness. That's a coward, absolutely coward, that person. I never forgot this. And this is like 42 years ago. And I never forgot it. But I also didn't forget the kind act of another gentleman that got up and said, oh my goodness. He looked, disdainfully at that other person. And he said, ma'am, here's a seat for you. You see? So those things are well remembered and well appreciated, just like the negative thing was remembered too, unfortunately. But the other person made up for it, and that was good. So be a cut above. That person that went out of his way to give me that seat when I was pregnant, very pregnant, that person was a cut above. And he wasn't a spring chicken either. Just saying. So it was a little bit of a sacrifice. I stands for inspire. Take some time during the day or during the year or whenever to inspire great things for someone else. You may not get to do the great things you're inspiring someone else to. You may not even know about the thing that somebody else could. But if you see potential in someone, I see it every day. If I see potential in someone, let's say to create great videos or to send messages or to put something in writing or to teach or whatever, I encourage them. Offer a word of encouragement to people, even people you don't know. You may actually be changing their life. There was two movies of two separate people that were famous. One was Judy Garland and the other one was Karen Carpenter. Two negative people changed the course of these two wonderful people's lives, not in a great way from my recollection, okay? Somebody, one of the people made a very negative comment about someone's weight. Both of them, I think it had to do with their weight or something to that effect. And it changed the course of their thinking for the rest of their life. And it wasn't good. It wasn't good. Don't be that person. Be the person that uplifts someone. That's the person we have the option to be. That's the person, in my honest opinion, that we should be and we could be. Just saying. So inspire, letter I. Next, monetize. Consider monetizing your message. Now, I know that sounds like, what? All these nice things. And now she's mentioning monetization. Yeah, because guess what? We still have bills to pay. We still have roofs that need roofing. We still have food that needs to go in our tummies and medical bills. This is real life. So if you have a teachable skill and you love what you're doing, or whatever it is that you love what you're doing, perhaps you love resale, you love reselling things. Cool. You love giving messages. You love writing. You have a really good message to give and you want to put it in the form of writing. If you write a book, why wouldn't you want to sell the book? It's okay to monetize important things that you can offer to the world at large. It is okay. Just saying. So keep that in mind. Hey, you might even consider starting your own YouTube channel. Just saying. So pretty much that's it for the word reclaim. I'm going to get to the comment section in a minute. So by the way, how's everybody doing? And I hope that everybody is doing well. So I'm going to get to the comment section in a minute, but don't go away. I have a bit of a surprise for you.
Hi.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, Steve. How you doing today?
Um, I'm I'm good. I'm doing pretty good.
Good.
I
I'm
know why you,
welcoming Steve Young to the channel. Thank you so much for being here, Steve.
you're welcome. Um, yeah, I know why you brought me on, and I know people have heard about me, dealing with an ear situation for the month, and well, there's I'm back on antibiotics again, and I have been given a referral to go to a doctor or a hospital, but I don't particularly care for the hospital that I was given. It's not that great of a hospital, and there's a little bit of a backstory to that. But I'm on prednisone, which I've been told is a steroid. I'm not a medicine person, so this is almost Greek to me. And then the other one I'm on is called Ceftinar, and it's 300 milligram, and I take it once every 12 hours with food. And believe you me, if you do not take it with food or some type of milk, it does mess with your stomach. So make
Yeah,
sure
yeah.
So it, I mean, am I seeing any improvement? I know I have a little more energy. Um,
Good. Glad
I
to hear that.
Now I woke up this morning and I was sweating just a wee bit. So I guess that's trying to push whatever's in me out of my system. Oh, thank you very much, Adam. I certainly appreciate it. Like I said, it's been an up and down battle with this. So what it is when I had it checked on, I meant to say this a minute ago. When I had it checked again at the doctor, slight redness and some fluid is built up in the ear.
Oh,
So
dear.
that's probably my
Well, it's
issue.
good you're working on having it clear up. You had to go on to step two. Yeah, I'm hoping and praying as
Me
well.
too.
Praying
Me
first.
too. So
Ear discomfort is no joke. So we
no.
really, appreciate you taking the time, especially since you're still not 100%. I'm just heading to the comment section for a minute.
All right.
Peter Dell. Peter Dell. Good morning, Peter Dell. Nice to meet you. Agree, it was a difficult year. You are right. Yes, clean start. We have the right to a clean start, Peter. Nice to see you. Adam, good morning. How are you? He wants to wish everyone a happy 2021. Love it.
Same to
And,
everybody
and
else.
Adam
Happy
says
New
to get
Year.
well.
May 2021 be a better year than what we were dealing with.
Oh, it is absolutely so true. Yeah, so true. So you're making sure that you eat, properly at
Oh,
the time,
oh yeah,
take
soup.
medication.
I'm eating soup, anything noodle based, broth. Um,
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of it, most of it, I would say 70, 80% of it is probably comfort food. But at this point, I don't care as long as I put something down there is really, the main
Yeah.
idea in all of this. But
Well, no, and of course, as always, we want you to feel better, and we certainly, do appreciate
well, I
all the
mean,
time to come on.
aside from this, I feel my normal everyday
That's
self. It's
good.
just.
Adam said for you to get well soon,
And
Steve.
I thank you so much, Adam. Like I said, December, I think I was just I was talking to my sister last night on Snapchat, and that's not my favorite platform of, you know, messaging because if you don't look at what is being written at that precise moment, it deletes so you don't see
Is
it.
that I am so unfamiliar with that platform. You
It's
have no.
probably better. It's probably better from what I'm telling you to be unfamiliar. I don't care for it. But I was telling my sister, I have been off and on throughout the year. I've been sick more this year than I have in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
Like it,
I wonder if stress has anything to do with it in general in life with any of us, because let's face it, these last a few months have been beyond challenging. And, when something is negatively weighing upon us, it just reduces our fighting back ability. This is just pure guessing, but I would say that being stressed out like gives us more of an opportunity to not be well as we can.
I
And you
know.
know what? This brings up a really good point, Steve, that all of us need to take a little bit better step back of self care. And what better time to think of it at the turn of the new calendar year, you know?
Yeah, I mean, even last year for me was not that much better. Let's see, September of 19 last year, I contracted food poisoning. I
Oh, goodness
do not
gracious.
Yeah, I went to a Burger King. I don't always like French fries. Sometimes I order onion rings. I should have known better. They were cooked a little more than usual. They were more brown. So I took a chance. I said, all right, so I ate it. And well, that was one thing. Then in November, mid-November, I contracted a small kidney stone, which I never want to go through again.
Very not fun. Very not
Oh,
fun.
I
Yeah.
couldn't sit still. I was just a hot mess.
I had one also back in late 97. Horrible,
Hmm.
horrible. There's no position that you get in that's of comfort.
There's not.
Until that thing is out of you, there is no position of comfort.
Forget
Drink
it.
a lot of water, folks. Just saying, just saying.
Not only the water. I
Yeah.
tell you what, this is actually a factual thing. What I'm about. Right after I got to where I kind of came to, it took me almost 3 weeks. I had no desire for coffee. I
No.
tried to drink at least 1.5 cups each morning. And there was a lot of things I had to develop a taste for coffee all over again. I
Wow.
stayed, yeah, it took me about 3 weeks to come to. But one of the things that my system craved really bad was cranberry juice.
Oh, good. Okay, that works.
So what do I do now? I make sure I have cranberry juice on hand all the time.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
try to drink about a 7, 8 ounce glass each morning. I don't care. It's going in me.
You know, that's excellent way of determination. This reminds me so much of something. It is so easy, and you may tend to agree with me, Steve.
Hmm.
It is so easy and simple taking care of others. We just program, and it's a good thing. We are to be kind to others and be good stewards of others.
Yes.
We
Yeah.
are. But at some point, you must take that time for you too, because if you don't take care of you, how can you possibly take care of anyone else?
You can't.
You just can't.
Because how does that old saying go? If you do not look out for number one, nobody else will.
It's really, it really, really is true. Oh,
Well,
Steve, go ahead. Go ahead. You going to say?
well, in what I was about to say is, yes, people think, hey, Steve's the go-to person. Let's go to him. He knows everything. No, I don't know everything. Why do I know? Why do I know what I know? People. None of us are invented to be perfect. Trial and error. That's how I know what I know. You know?
Steve, Adam left a detailed comment.
To our patients who suffer, it's quite common. Urinary tract. Okay, I read that wrong. My apologies. Yeah, I've never had a urinary tract infection. I have had upper respiratory, which I mentioned at first, but that's another thing altogether. Try having that and bronchitis at the same time. It's not any fun. Yeah, I know of people that have had urinary tract that have drank the cranberry. Yeah. It's like a miracle drug in that case. I mean,
it's a good thing. Let's say this: it couldn't hurt.
Absolutely
right?
not.
I would put it that way. That absolutely, it couldn't hurt. So you see, the bottom line is this: we all need to take better care of ourselves in general in life, in every possible way. Take stock of our lives and make it better. And I love, like I said, the turn of the calendar for that. I really, really do. Steve, excuse me 1 second. On a different note, if you have a second, did you get to see the How Debbie Saved show last night?
I'm hoping that she'll watch this on playback, and I do want to leave her a comment. But I will tell you this, and if she sees it here, because I'll cover it both ways. Her live yesterday was 100% flawless.
Absolutely agree.
I saw no butterflies, no nervousness. She just hit the button and just spoke. And all you have to do, and I had to put this in my mental forethought, you have to treat this, even though I'm looking at you, you have to treat a live as though you're talking to somebody at a table and you're having a conversation. If you put that mindset here,
That's it.
And you block everything out.
That's right. When I get on, what I agree with you 1,000,000%. When I get on my live shows, like I currently am, I am looking at you, the person that tuned in. You are in my living room. I am in your living room, or
Pretty
wherever, or the coffee shop if you're viewing me. It is just us talking to each other. This is why, I don't know about you, I believe you're in the same position as I am. I much enjoy doing lives for the interaction. I can't do that on a stagnant video. Yeah, there's some interaction in the comment section, but nothing like when you're live in real time. It's just absolutely such a pleasure to do this. This is why, Steve, what do you think about the name That Jan Zone or The Jan Zone? Are you okay with that? Or it sounds like somebody had suggested it to me the other day.
Yeah.
But it sounds like the Steve Zone too, and I don't want to steal your thunder.
Well, I'm not. Well, that as most people, if you don't mind, most people may or may not know. I was a little bit late getting started this year. Like I said, I have my own YouTube channel, and I need to go ahead and, maybe do another live, and perhaps I can have you back on, but I would also.
My pleasure. I love coming on your show.
But what I need to do, though, is I need to try doing a live solely myself, kind of like what Debbie did. And I shouldn't have any trouble. I really don't.
Oh, no, you're an expert at this, Steve. How many years? Look at, you've done that other platform. Not saying it. Saying that word. My personal devotion platform is YouTube. End of story. I was considering podcasting. Maybe in the future, I really should stock up and save on some of my broadcasts and throw them out there for those that, would prefer just listening to me, because my background actually was radio. So it's actually not that weird if I turn these things into a podcast. It's not that weird.
But what it is with me is this, and it probably has to do with the way I was brought up, because in the course of the time as I was being brought up, maybe more so as I got to be a teenager, 20s on up, is I was always conversating with somebody. So that's probably why I like two people interacting. I'm not saying I can't talk by myself. No, I can, but I prefer like this, one-on-one.
There's nothing like this. One of my goals, I mean, some of my constant, people that follow my channel may recall me saying or asking the question right before I hit the 1,000 subs, would you like it if I went live? And they were like, yeah, go live. Nobody had an issue with that. I've been wanting to do live for a long time because broadcasting actually is my background. So for me, it's piece of cake. I love interacting with people. I love giving a message. You know that, Steve.
Yeah.
So I look forward to your next broadcast whenever that occurs. So we appreciate that. So Steve does have a channel. Just reminding you, head over there.
Yeah. So
Young Pine channel.
Young Pine.
Yep. Young Pine channel. Just look it up. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff.
But I have noticed one thing coming back to a person's health. I just wanted to, yes, everything seems to occur because they always say how well you've taken care of yourself in your 20s, 30s. If you do not take the necessary proper steps, when you hit your late 40s, 50s, that check engine light will illuminate steadily.
No one could have said it better with the check engine light.
Right. So that's what, here I am, I'm 46.
All right.
Is this a sign of a flicker of a check engine? I pray that it's not.
Oh, no, absolutely not. This is what I call a temporary hiccup. And the great news is you addressed it quickly.
Well, in this case, it feels like a hemorrhoidal hiccup. It's a pain in the fill in the blank.
Yeah. Ear pain is no joke.
I'm going to keep it PG rated. So, but you know the word I'm talking about. It's a nuisance, but I really hope like I said, I have to take this medicine 2 times a day to every 12 hours for a week. And I'm going into my third. I took one day before yesterday. Yesterday I took 2. Today I will take 2. And so I don't have.
You do that, Steve. A couple of things before we go. I just want to say this: while you're taking your medicine, it doesn't hurt anyone taking anything that's like under the weather, whatever. Please be extra kind to yourself. If you feel the need to take a nap, other things could wait while you're under the weather. You need the nap, take the nap. Look at me yesterday. Steve, you remember what happened to me yesterday? Yesterday morning, I had a decent night's sleep when I woke up at 5:33. For me, it's like phenom. But I felt sluggish all day, like, I gave me a day off. Remember that? I said to Steve yesterday on video chat, Steve, I'm giving me a day off. I don't care. Actually, audio chat. I didn't even want to look at anyone yesterday. Looking back, it was an audio chat, right? I didn't want to get dressed. Didn't want to be, I declared a day off. Do you need a day off? How about you, Steve? Should you declare yourself a day off once in a while? We all need to do it, especially if you work for yourself. If you are self-employed and you never give yourself a weekend, like traditional people working outside the home get a designated weekend, please be sure, if you have to mark a calendar or set a reminder on your phone, take day off.
Well, one, it goes like this to back up what you just said. Yes, we all need a day off. We are human beings. We are not a robot.
No, we're not.
Our bodies can only do so much. If you overdo, you will collapse. Then you're going to wind up in the hospital. It can lead to that.
You're right. It's called sometimes sleep exhaustion. So what happened to me, get a load of this, everybody viewing, whether it's replay or whatever. It was like 1:30. I felt very tired, and it's unconventional really for me to do this. I said, you know what? I must take a nap. And I just gave myself permission. I took my own advice. I gave myself permission. I put on, soothing video in the background, gave myself permission to crash. Can I tell you something, Steve? And everyone, that 1 hour made a complete turnaround for me. I was a new person an hour later.
Not just an hour, but if you ever noticed, sometimes a little small cat nap, 20, 30 minutes, can feel like a 4-hour rest.
Yes. Well, what actually happened was I literally slept about 30 minutes, but the other 30, I woke up and continued watching the soothing video, but didn't raise myself out of the bed. This is one of the privileges of working for yourself. When you work for yourself, you can do that. I know it's difficult when you're working for someone else. But when you work for yourself, you must remind yourself to take some time. And speaking of time, it is a weekday. Steve, I want to thank you so much for your wonderful visit this morning.
Oh, you're welcome.
I'm so glad you're on the mend. You're taking really good care of me.
I'm trying. That's all I can do. Like I said, the hospital, the referral, I may still use the ear, nose, and throat, but the doctor or the hospital that they've chosen, I'm not big on it. I would much rather go to. I have a longtime friend, 28-year friendship, and it's like a Balky, Larry or Laverne and Shirley type of friendship. There's a hospital that he had to have kidney stone surgery, coming back to that about 3 years back. That hospital's not but about 10 minutes away from me. They accept my insurance, and I would much rather go to a little bit better quality doctor.
Absolutely. You go with what you think is right, and that's it.
I need to look into that, because the hospital the hospital that they recommended to me is like for low income, lower lined, lower. I don't want to use lower class because everybody has class, but it's for people with low income, homeless people. It's not the
So
best.
you want a more medical upgrade type place.
Of course. Yes. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
Mhm.
anyway, but thank you so much, even though you're still not 100% still being here. And I want to thank everyone else for viewing. Why? Because guess what? We really do appreciate what? Your time.
Your time.
Don't forget to come back on Friday. And hopefully by Friday, I'll have an official name. But guess what? In the interim, I'm going to upload that recipe to make those cookies. Probably upload about 10 o'clock my time. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Adam, thank you so much. And thank you so much. And let me get the name correct. I think the name was Peter. Peter.
Yeah.
Peter Dell. Thank you, Peter. Wait a minute. Did I skip somebody's name? Tony Ann. Tony Ann, I'm sorry if I missed your name. Tony Ann, how are you, Tony Ann? Nice to see you, dear. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, nice
Peter, agree it was a difficult year. You were right about the clean start.
Tell me about it.
We are wishing everyone well. Got anything else to mention, Steve, before we go?
No, except that, I want to wish everybody that tuned in, Adam, Peter, Tony, a happy new year. May 2021. Any improvement for next year is better than what we dealt with this year. Anything.
Totally. Absolutely. One more thing before I forget. I'm going to be on live tomorrow night on Money Mom's channel, 11 o'clock New York time. Okay. So I know it's New Year's Eve, but if you catch it during the live show, wonderful. If you catch it on playback, that'll be nice. So you have to head over to Sensible Living with Money Mom, capital C in the word sensible. So that should be very interesting. Everybody have an amazing day. And thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to start the day with us. Have a great day, everybody. Take good care now. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.